September 30th, 1991. Operation Tsargrad has begun. The objective is to capture the Bosporus and the Dardanelles. Units of the 810th Separate Marine Brigade are landing in the first wave of the assault on the shores of the Bosporus. The night sabotage was a success, and the strait was blocked for large enemy ships. Our mission objectives are to destroy enemy coastal artillery and ships that can attack our landing forces. Then we are to land units on the shores, capture Istanbul Airport, and capture the enemy HQ and their warehouses. Welcome to Operation Tsargrad. Hey there and welcome back to Sea Power. It is time to land on the beaches. We are going to take the Bosporus for ourselves, and in order to do that we have a lot of ground forces. I'm going to pause the game here and introduce you to all the players because there are numerous. Let's have a look. We are looking at least one hostile patrol boat, a PGM-39. This thing is cute, but beyond that, not very dangerous. So the first thing I'm going to do is eliminate that before it starts to engage my landing ships. These landing ships, of course, have to make it to their objective. One is a landing ground here. The other is a landing ground over to the east. In some of these areas, you will encounter some neutral units. Don't mind these. These will turn over to my control when I have successfully made these landing craft arrive. That's the way that you can sort of simulate a landing in this game presently. Over here, we already have a couple of SAN-4s being launched against not an air target, but an air base. Why? Well, because they can. It's a bit weird, but this is something that the game allows you to do, as the SAN-4 can also target surface units, and this unit is presently set to weapons free. So that's one thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to engage an M60 as well. It's not really what the missile was designed to do, but if it can do it, it might as well. Also, this thing is shooting up something almost due north. I think it's shooting up this landing ship here, which is already shooting back at it. Now, of course, these landing ships are not out there unescorted. We have the Kerch over here, and the Kerch is going to be doing some useful work for me here in the form of eliminating this thing with an SAN-3. We also have some other ships here, the Kavkaz and the Krim. These two ships most likely won't really see a lot of action. Maybe some shooting up of the gearing, although I guess I can do that with an SSN-14B. It's mostly an anti-surface, but also an anti-submarine weapon. And given the present range, I got this missile launcher already in service. So let's engage the gearing. We have some other ships here in the form of the Admiral Nakimov. That's that gun cruiser. It is already in range, so let's put her to work as well and engage the gearing. She has a bunch of escorts in the form of the Dzerzhinsky, which is another one of those gun cruisers. And given the amount of ground-based targets, I think we'll be in line for a party. If these two ships plus the Kerch can't get the gearing sunk, I always have SSN-12s from the Slava over here, but I rather doubt I'll be needing any of those. There are some more landing ships, however, and this gearing is already engaging them, so I need to keep these things safe as quickly as possible. To that end, I can launch another couple of missiles from the Nikolaev, and I might need to do just that. Let's double tap this gearing, because this gearing is already aggressively maneuvering to engage my forces. With a Tu-16P, that's an electronic warfare bird, buzzing up and down. At present, there isn't anything engaging me with missiles yet, but there are a couple of helos around and some semi-small target at 20,000 feet. So I'm not sure what that is. We might need to jam that. There's also a couple of M110s. These will need to get eliminated, ideally quickly, because they will definitely be able to do damage. For now, I don't really have much that can engage them at this range. Now, let's run it, because we have some engagements to do. Over here, you can already see a couple of Hawks going for, I think, the SAN-4s. They're trying to intercept the SAN-4s, which are going for the airfield. Also, there is an actual aircraft prepping for takeoff. Oh, an E-3 no less. That's impressive. What I want to do is make sure these boys hold weapons, especially the AA weaponries, and the T-72s are weapons free. We are taking hits, says the MiG-25. Well, I imagine that's one MiG-25 I will not really need to be worrying about. No, hold on. It's this ship. It's the landing ship. This is getting engaged. One M60 has been eliminated. The other M60 is moving up. And there is also a bit of ground-based defense. Missile from the SAN-3 coming in, originating from Kerch. Over here, we also have some coastal artillery. See, that's something I don't really like to see. Coastal artillery is going to have to go pretty damn soon. Otherwise, I will probably lose a landing ship here. There you go. That's that ship gone. They sent another couple of Hawks after the missiles that were going for the PGM-3. That's not a problem anymore. Over here we have at least one hit on the gearing. Their stern turret, however, and bow turret, actually, are both still functional. And some of these landing ships are not enjoying that level of treatment. Right. I still have a Tu-22 up here. I'm not really sure what to do with kitchens at the moment, because I don't really have a target for them yet. But there are some more targets here. A semi-large and something else. So, potentially there's a cruiser over here. And at that point, maybe we can use both the electronic warfare bird as well as the Tu-22. Why is there an F-15 flying around here? I don't appreciate that at all. You got a massive anti-ground loadout, really. Anti-surface at a range of 5, 6, and 5-4 again. That's not a great option for me to use against this F-15. I may be able to strafe it, but that's about all I can do. I'm trying to beat the F-15 at their own game in a gun run. Yeah, and they just sent a missile after me. I don't think that's going to work out very well. Because that's an infrared. Change. Change altitude quick. I'm not sure if this AIM-9 can be fooled. I wouldn't be surprised if it can't. Nope. No joy. The F-15, however, is gone. But not before sending out another AIM-7. Potentially at this Tu-16? Not really sure. The gearing over here is still causing all sorts of havoc here, and I don't like that. We need to get some work in. We got a couple of Abrams around here. That's a problem. This thing has just taken off. I need you to shoot down that E3. Oh, you don't have range in the E3. Abrams eliminated. Origin... I'm not sure who's throwing AAC. Oh, it's the MiG-25. They're engaging the tanks. Okay. This gearing is about to take a missile from the SSN-14 here. They are already burning, and we're going to make that a little worse. There's even AA from the ground trying to engage this missile. I'm actually surprised they can catch that. Hit. Not a kill, though. We might need to hit him again. I want these surface ships to change their targets. We're going to engage this target right here. These coastal artillery units. You, with your SAN-4, can't fire. What do we have that can? The SAN-6 is a massive range. We're at 50 miles. Okay, let's do that. Engage the gearing. There's a standard missile flying in. Crap. Go low. You're getting lased up by something, and it's a ship. Yep, there's a ship or two in here. That's a problem. Pause. I'm going to start jamming this area to make sure that that SM-2 is going to have at least a bit more difficulty trying to get a hit in. Although I kind of doubt we'll be able to successfully escape it. There she goes. This gearing needs some further convincing. Salvo 2, go against the gearing. Load up the missiles. One away. There's lots of coastal arty here. I believe I have my own... Yeah, I got my own airbase here. What are we going to launch from the airbase? Not an airliner, thank you very much. I'm not even sure why that's up there. Given the amount of anti-air, what do we need? I've got a whole battery of Hawks over there. That's not something I'm willing to engage. I can send a seed aircraft, I imagine. Just take out their radar. So, can a flogger do that? No. MiG-27 flogger can. It, however, considers cluster bombs to be a perfectly viable seed option. I do not. SU-24M gets a couple of kilters. That's more like it. Give me 2 of those. We're going to prepare those to engage that. There's apparently one live Abrams still out here. These guys are tasked with engaging and eliminating the airbase. Good. Got a standard missile going up for, I think, this MiG-25 PD here. Which is mostly empty. So in that regard, I won't really miss it. But it is a MiG-25, and these are pretty nice aircraft to have. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any dodging this thing. 2 seconds, 1 second. We managed to survive. There's the ships down there. And there's the aircraft. Yeah, that was a close call. We need to find something to eliminate both these coastal artillery batteries, the gearing, and also these ships. Whatever it is that is down there, that needs to go. One TU-16, or sorry, TP-16 might be able to jam at least some stuff, but not a whole lot. Where the fuck are you going? I only just noticed these guys moving up forward like nuts. Oh, you're about to get intercepted as well. I've got a bird on you. Let's not stick around and figure out what they're going to do. You don't have a radar. Good thing buildings aren't fully, well, collision objects, shall we say. Listen up, gentlemen. You two. I need you to engage this one. Is that going to hit? That won't hit a building? No, buildings are transparent. No joy. I'm flying too low for this missile to really be successful. I can pop up a little bit, but not without risking the aircraft. Second missile out. Go to 3. I think they're just on the other side of a ridge there. So with this aircraft, I might have a slightly better chance of engaging. Engaging pop-up. I don't believe that these missiles are terrain followers. Okay, there's one. Got the second one as well. I cannot have my Marines get hammered by these M110s. Oh crap, that surface to air. We are guiding this missile, which is going to be extremely unpleasant. As there's a hawk coming directly for me. There's the chaff. We did hit him. Oh boy, yep. I kind of deserve that. Getting a bit too greedy. Got some birds coming in. This thing is still shooting? No, it's getting shot at. That's the difference. These things are still shooting. Okay, the gearing's gone. Finally. I'm going to go weapons free. You're engaging 7045. That's the coastal artillery units. Excellent. You're also going to be weapons free. Because they can't really hurt much. This gearing is still firing. I've had it with this gearing. Does this thing have a minimum range? Yes, it does. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna have to use a different weapon in order to take that thing out. Don't do anything stupid. Engage the gearing. We've got another E3A up. Standard missile going for this aircraft now. Problematic. Come on, engage the Abrams. If you have a shot, engage the Abrams by all means, but I don't think you can. You can, however, engage the E3A. What a mess. Look at all these wrecks of tanks here. This is when I'm noticing the lack of capabilities of the Soviet air units. I would love to have a couple of helicopters to engage tanks, but I'm not getting any of those. T-72 directly in conflict with the Abrams directly in front of him. Missed. Reloading. Missed. Your accuracy leaves a lot to be desired, sir. Target too far. I can say the same thing for the Abrams, though. Its accuracy is if it even is shooting. This thing is weapons free as much as I am, otherwise I wouldn't have lost those units. So I'm not sure what that's about. Can you do anything about this incoming bird here? So I have no real attention in getting detected by an E3A. Oh, this area is turning into a no-fly zone with all those birds there. Those missiles coming up. You guys are prepping for takeoff. Good. After that, I want you to go here at an altitude of 20,000 feet. Half a mile, or 800 meters, 900 give or take. This thing is about to run out of ammo itself. Okay. Oh, we still haven't hit him. You have been hit by the coastal arty. Oh, damn it. We need to start softening up these coastal artillery units. If you can engage multiple targets at once, I highly encourage you to do so. The other gearing is dead. Good. That should allow these landing ships to get closer, because this guy... this guy is not going to be offloading anything anytime soon. Boom. Unfortunately, they can survive that. I think we might need to double tap these things. They are simply too tough. This one died. Good. Alright. Landing ships are going to arrive in about 15 minutes from now. This is going to be weird. The Abrams is right there, out of ammo. My T-72 is right next to it, out of ammo. And this guy can't actually shoot at ground targets. Okay then. Oh, there's a helo. Yo, weapons free. I'm going to detach you from the formation and just have you do your own thing, which is what you're best at. Shoot down helicopters. Come on. Weapons free. Engaging air target 7015. 7014. Missile away. Missile away. Engage both helicopters. Missed. Second shot. Missed. Reload. We've only got a few missiles left. After that, it's going to come down to the ships. Look, you still have some AS-8s. The problem is getting closer to that E3A. We can just hit him from here without having to pop all the way up. We're going to throw the other missile as well. Don't need to guide these. I just need to make sure that they find the infrared signature of the E3 and knock it out of the sky. Precisely like that. Alright, now you got an RTB. Because there's no place for you here. Nope, 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 nope. Do not go up that high. Okay, coastal arty is going down. Very good. That's a friendly. Or rather, it's a neutral for now. Some ground-based defense units. I need you guys to push into the shore a bit more. Let's have a couple of missiles, preferably the SAN-6, go after this. Can I hit those? I mean, if you can, that'd be great. Yeah, there's the problem. It's not detectable with fire control radar. So I can't actually shoot it. But I can shoot this.
Source запущена.
'Can I hit those?
1 запущена.
That's one of the helos. One of the helicopters got knocked down, I think, by the SA-13. You cannot detect that. It's not going to work. Alright, what other threats do we have? At the moment, we know that there is a ship, or several, in that channel. And that needs to go down at some point. I don't really have the capability of throwing missiles at it right now, though. Let's engage and eliminate that helicopter. There you are. Your missiles. There you go. Well done. Seed's coming in. I'm going to have the capability, after the seed is gone, to strike at some ships. Preferably from range. So let's go anti-ship precision. A couple king bolts. I'll take your whole wing. Because I prefer to engage these from a distance. What are you precisely? Knox, Garcia, Adams, or Lutyens. I doubt it's a German. So it's probably going to be an American ship. Leahy or Kuntz? Oof. Yeah, that's dangerous. Standard Missile 1 ER has a range of 40. The Leahy has the Standard Missile 2 range at 80. If I don't jam this, they will shoot down anything and everything. Oh, we also got A7s coming in? With rocket pods, no less? These guys can only have one job, which is to engage my ground-based units. Not that I have a whole lot of those left. But we're about to land, so by then we should have more. Might be able to push these guys into the channel, or into the strait. Landing time expected 8:41, currently 8:11. We have some time. Good. We still got our naval observatory unit here. Let's go surf search. Get some more info. I think we're gonna have to wait for some aircraft to show up. A little later, both our seed aircraft and our landing units are in range. Now, the interesting thing about the seed birds is that they have a 40-mile range, but I might not need anything like that, because all of these Hawk batteries don't have that range, and they're all guided by this one radar system. So my intention here is to send one kilter after the radar, which Landing ships have landed units of Marines on the shore. The 3rd Battalion of the 810th is at your disposal. Use it to clear the western shore of the Bosporus. Yes, sir. What the hell? We are getting emissions from them, but I'm not getting the ability to engage. We're going to engage 7018. That's this radar over here. So why not this one? Because it's inactive, isn't it? They turned the radar off. See, this one's rotating. They turned this radar off. Okay. Without that, I can't actually engage this, but it kind of works both ways. They can't engage me either. Their range is a good 18.9 miles, so that makes me a bit nervous about their capabilities. But I have options now. I'm going to send the T-72s to deal with it. Over on the other side, we still have the landing ships trying to get over there as quickly as possible, but these boys aren't particularly fast. The one holdout is still badly flooded. It is doing a little bit less than 1 knot, even though it's ordered to do 17. And as you can see, pretty much everything, including the engine, has been destroyed. So I guess it's the current that's pushing this thing, although the current would, even the current would be doing it faster than that. As for the incoming aircraft, I was able to eliminate those. They're not a problem anymore. What I very much would like to know now is where can I find those warships? Because I got my Su-24s, which can also, of course, engage warships. That is, if their radars are active, and presently they're not. So that means, at the moment, I can't really do that much against those ships. We do have the other Su-24s coming in. These are armed with the AS-13 out to a range of 21.6, which means I'm going to have to fly pretty close to whatever is in that channel before I'm able to safely eliminate it. Not a great option, but at the moment, I guess we just have to close the distance under the guidance of the electronic warfare aircraft. I have a helo over here. Not a problem. Yeah, it's confirmed to be a Leahy. A Leahy with that range of 80 miles. That is why we're currently getting shot at. So let's jam the Leahy. You're engaging 7020. You're engaging the guided cruiser. Right. Well, it's not impossible. It's just a dangerous job. If we can engage and eliminate one of the radars on the Leahy, that would make my life easier. And especially the life of the ASW planes safer. I'm just not sure we'll actually get there in time. As for this seed missile, let's follow it into the target over here. And here come the Hawks. I think they're trying to intercept the missile, actually, not the aircraft. They just turned their radar on, put me into range, and that is the guidance, sorry, the detection radar offline. I'm not sure we can engage this. I don't believe we can. I'm not sure where the hell that's supposed to be going. Can we engage this? Not with a 57mm we can't. It looks like this missile is just going past the ship. I don't believe they can actually engage ground-based targets. No, it's just going past the ship. The landing ship did get a bit jumpy from that. Yeah. I don't think so. And I guess these Hawks, until they turn this thing on, I can safely ignore them. This is when I would love to have a unit capable of engaging with greater range. We have our missiles going off against the Leahy. Leahy's getting jammed, much as their friend is. And that means for now, I'm in a pretty decent position to engage them. The seed birds are turning away. The Leahy will be able to burn through and detect these missiles at short range. We're going to do an attack on 7052. Oh no, they just turned their radar on. Shit. Go down. I have to burn it out of here. Do they have a minimum range? 0.9. Right. So, I'm gonna circle around these guys and try to get away from them by hugging the ground. At the moment, that's kind of the only thing that I can imagine that will keep me safe. We cannot get those tanks here soon enough. Our objective is actually the airfield, but we'll get to those in a minute. There's the Hawk. Hawk's getting jammed. Okay, now we are at 2,000 feet. The best way to defeat air defense, fly right at it. There's the Hawk. Right down there. Hello. Don't mind me. It's unfortunate these guys don't actually stay in formation. Makes them a bit less convenient to work with. What do we do against the Leahy? Huh. We did get a hit. Interesting. With the air search of the Leahy offline, we should now be able to engage her. And with that, eliminate the no-fly zone that the enemy has set up. But I'll do that in the next episode. This two-parter is going up in 2 parts because it's too long for one video. If you want to watch the next part right away, you can do so by hitting the join button and becoming a member. And if that's not your fancy, then you can just wait a few days and the next part will be up momentarily. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for part 2 of Operation Tsargrad.